All right, today I'm joined by Annie Willis, and we'll be discussing the movie Tabernacle101. The film stars David Ho, Michaela Franco, Ellie Hirani Clayton, and Reese Laird, and was directed by Colm Omerchu, and I could have butchered all of those. I hope I didn't. It was released in 2019, and it's available on Amazon Prime. The gist of the story, such as it is that Frank, a skeptic, that's the guy played by David Ho, administers some drugs to himself so that he dies, and then his girlfriend, who invented the drug, brings him back to life an hour later. He thinks this proves there's no afterlife, but of course, he's in a horror movie, so he's wrong. So things happen. If you've seen a horror movie before, you know that he's going to have nightmares, and things are going to fly around, and there are going to be weird beings caught on video, that kind of stuff. So Frank the skeptic immediately becomes a believer, and he has to go see a witch named Meredith, who's played by Michaela Franco, learn what's going on and what he can do about it, if anything. And while doing this, he goes shirtless a lot for reasons. So, just to toss this out there to get us started, in my writer's group, one of our rules is you don't have your character act stupid to advance your plot, but unfortunately, Frank does a lot of stupid things. So, what are some of the things that Frank does that's stupid, or what was the stupidest thing he did, or what are your thoughts on Frank?
Oh, I'm not sure if I can think of the stupidest thing he did. It wasn't so much him as just everyone. Although there was one smart thing I did, so I'm going to flip it a little bit.
Okay.
Because I couldn't figure out at first why they didn't all get arrested for this death experiment. Because I don't know how different Australia is, or New Zealand or wherever they are, but it certainly seemed like everyone would have been immediately arrested in America for trying that trick. But they did come up with a pretty novel way, I thought, to get around that. Killing himself was pretty stupid. I mean, that was just number one.
Yeah.
I thought, who would do that?
Right, and who would agree to help? And his girlfriend has developed a drug, and she's done used it on a guinea pig.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, sure, my boyfriend can use it."
Yeah, I mean, there just didn't seem to be very, to any degree of medical certainty. I thought, man, aren't they at least going to try a rhesus monkey or something?
Yeah, move up with the guinea pig.
Guinea pigs to humans.
Yeah, and I thought the guinea pig was kind of interesting in that the first time we see her holding it, and she's staring at it very intently, and they're fake guinea pig noises, but as it's supposedly squeaking, you think maybe it's just making normal noises because those things are really loud. But the next time you see her hold it, it's after he's started seeing things and having nightmares and waking up screaming and or whatever. And then she's holding it again, and now you're like, so I was worried that the poor guinea pig was screaming. It's like, okay, so now the guinea pig now having nightmares, and is it waking up screaming? And
yeah, the guinea pig definitely seemed uncomfortable and upset. That was troubling. But I thought that was kind of funny because I thought, well, in my grand scheme of things that are scary in horror movies, an annoyed guinea pig probably wouldn't be the first thing I'd put in. But I think they put in everything else too. Yes,
they did. I mean, what wasn't in there? And we had the girlfriend.
Were there aliens? I don't think I noticed any space aliens.
Okay, they weren't space aliens specifically. That's true. But we did have like beings of light, so like other dimensional aliens. Like
yeah. And there was definitely some, the first scenes in the woods had some Bigfoot hunter-ish noises.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that didn't seem to have anything to do with the rest of the movie, did it?
No, it didn't. They never explained it. At least, maybe I blanked out for a minute and didn't see that.
No. So we're supposed to be watching, at the beginning, he takes his nephew camping where they're haunted by something in the middle of the night and wake up with tattoos on their arms. And then they go home, and that's the last we really hear of any of that. So
I don't know. I guess the bad demons tattooed them, and we're supposed to just realize that. I don't know. It wasn't connected very well.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we have the opening that seems unconnected, and our main character who's an idiot. So already we're kind of like, really ripping through those horror movie tropes. You know, there was
He's pretty though.
he is kind of pretty. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he is kind of pretty. He looks like a cross between Freddie Mercury and Tom Cruise, very young.
Yeah, I am assuming that's why his shirt was off a lot.
Yeah.
It almost made me as uncomfortable. Yeah, I know. It almost made me as uncomfortable as Superman Returns, because about halfway through that movie, I was really worried that Bryan Singer was in love with Brandon Routh and couldn't stop filming him close up with his eyes closed. Like you're waking up next to him in bed, and you're like, this is starting to really creep me out, Bryan. But yeah, so this movie, after a while, you're like, okay, he still has his shirt off. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable with this because I'm not sure why this is happening.
Yeah, he took his shirt off a lot. That was okay. I thought, man, it's got to be cold. Fire him warm. I guess.
So maybe it's in his contract. I always have to take my shirt off in a movie. I don't know what those contracts are like. So we had this movie witch who did, well, one really odd thing that my husband pointed out was that she can move things with her mind, right? She can pick up books and make them float across the room, and yet when she was in the scene with him where he's trying to debunk her powers before he turns a believer and he's still a skeptic, she could have just like picked up a book, right? And then it'd be like, look, I can float books around, and what would he, Yeah,
I thought, why isn't she rich already?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this seems to be like, she's enough of a witch, whatever a witch is in a movie, to go and have this interview with him, for him to ask her questions like, do you like to lie to people because there's no such thing as witches? But she's got all these powers that she could have said, well, here, dude, I'll read your mind and I'll float a book, but she doesn't do that. So
not in any way. She predicts something, but he doesn't say any. Or well, she reads his mind on something, but he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
About the death experiment, because she knows about that, but it just kind of freaks him out, and he doesn't say anything. It's like, man, why don't you go do the James Randi challenge and make that $1 million and win and get off YouTube? You can
right. Yeah, it's of course, like in many horror movies, he immediately goes from skeptic to believer in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, he never considered that he just ate some bad mushrooms or something.
Yeah, that those drugs messed him. He was dead for over an hour, and he never considered he has brain damage, or that the drugs have some long-standing effect in your perception of the world. He goes right to, I'm being haunted. And when she says there's a demon gripped onto your soul, he's like, okay.
Yeah, there's no further proof. He's just going to believe everything from now on.
Yeah, and then the demons are following him in the black sedan. They're like following him around in a car. It's like, what? I guess they like to drive around Sydney? I don't know. They say a few times it's Sydney, so I assume we're in Australia.
That's right. They do talk about Sydney. The entire movie struck me as a project that might have been an assignment for a film class. Okay, try this program that makes it look like lightsabers are flying, right, and try flying a drone, and try filming cars. And because they put pretty much everything under the sun in the movie, so it was, maybe it was a project.
Yeah, I guess maybe. They didn't want to leave anything out.
No.
Because we did go for some reason, dying and coming back opens a portal to some dimension where there are
all these people that have died and come back. How come they didn't open a portal to the bad place? Just this guy.
Yeah, but he seems also to get to a nice place with white beings of light. So why wasn't it a portal to their world? I
don't know. And there were other mysteries. There was a few mysteries in that movie.
Yeah. So we have the guinea pig. We've got the girlfriend who turns out to be bad. I'm not sure why though. She just.
I think they needed somebody to be mean, but how does a computer virus cause people to go into a coma for 2 hours?
Yeah, that was another one. It's like, wait, I don't think that's how computer viruses work.
That's even worse than the Y2K thing.
Yeah, it's not just your computer being taken over, but you go in a coma. You and everybody else on the planet will suddenly be in a coma.
Yeah, and the newsreader just said, yeah, everybody in the world, there was a computer virus and everybody in the world was in a coma for 2 hours. And it didn't seem to question that at all.
Yeah. Right. But then he decides to like make money by like doing parlor tricks with his superpowers.
Like Angel or something, but not even that fancy. Like not even a Vegas show, just, out on the pier.
Yeah, making some cash, some tips, because the guy has to make some money. And then here's another thing, that the two main female characters die, right? They're finished off pretty quickly, right? And we just snap one's neck and burn the other at the stake. And then...
Yeah, and I kept thinking, well, she's going to get out of that somehow because she's got all kinds of witch powers. But no, she just burns.
But then she shows up as this like guardian spirit, Apparently she's not ticked at all that she got dragged off and burned at the stake by the demons.
Not at
so
all.
Now she's fine with it. Okay. It just would seem odd that we would sacrifice all the female characters. And
they seemed a little stock to me. It was like the girlfriend was blonde and the witchy girl had black hair and, kind of gothy looking. It was like, can we switch that up just for once? Do something different. But yeah, I missed Meredith. Mm-hmm. I liked her, but she did come back later.
Yeah, but sort of as a spiritual guide. And she tells them they have work to do.
Spiritual guide that just gives you more jobs.
Right. It sounds like they're setting up like a whole series, right? Because it's like, well, you have work to do, and they wander off to the sunset pretty much. So yeah, I guess they're going to go off and do something.
Tabernacle101.
There you go.
Second year class.
Right. Because he learns how to be like a super powerful something. Hey, kitty. Yeah, there. But like overnight, and it seemed, I know the whole demon grafted onto your soul thing got put under pretty quickly. It was like, but as long as you stay around me, you're fine. Let me teach you how these superpowers. And the next day, he's like not worried anymore about having a demon attached to him.
Well, and there was one point where he knew that and he believed it, and then he just left. It's like, wait, didn't she tell you not to go away? You knew what would happen. But anyway.
Well, that was another one of his stupid things. I know you're telling me the truth, and this demon graft onto my soul, and I'm safe as long as I'm next to you. So let me leave.
So see you later.
Yeah.
Going, folks. I did really like the nephew, and I thought he was the best actor in the entire ensemble because he did a pretty good job of going from really innocent kid to kind of nasty little demon. But then teenagers do that, so maybe
as is their nature.
On reflection, maybe that's not so good, but I did like the nephew.
Yeah, although at first I was confused as to where we were going with that. It's like, I thought, okay, so our main character is a demon grafted onto his soul, so what happened to the nephew exactly? He got a demon grafted onto his soul too?
But then it left. He was just fine. I thought, oh, this is going to be one of those things where he seems really sweet and nice and then eats the guy's face at the end. But nope, he was just back to being a kid.
Yeah. So, yeah, there are a lot of unexplained things there. I don't know how any of this works. We don't know why there was a portal and why this scientific experiment opened one up. And I never really got, what do the demons really want? Do you ever think about that? Even like if you see a story in the Inquirer on somebody who's been possessed by a demon and you're like, why? Because let's say you're a demon and you have the power to possess people. What do you get out of it? Because if the person is innocent, so you're attacking an innocent person, but you don't get their soul then because anything they do is you, right? But they're still innocent. But if they're not innocent, they're coming to hell. They're coming to hell anyway. So.
Yeah, really. If you do something bad, if you possess somebody and then go kill somebody, well, that's not them.
Yeah. So we kind of figured it's like a demon merit badge thing, where if you want to be like the next level up, you have to prove that you can like possess somebody or something, and that maybe gets you enough points to be like to get a promotion or something.
Could be. They did have all the demon necessities like flaming upside down crosses and cage things and some kind of den that looked like a goth bar in New Orleans.
Yeah, we did go to Demon World briefly a couple of times.
Yeah, but nothing really seemed to happen to him. I think she rescued him both times, but it just looked scary mostly, unless I missed something.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it seemed to affect him a lot. And even the whole carving a upside down cross on his chest was pretty much just like to no purpose. Because as soon as he came back to his body,
there must be an app on your phone or your camera that you can put lightsaber effects into things, because those special effects were pretty bad.
I guess they splurged on something else. It wasn't so pretty. I don't know. Because a lot of times the dialogue's really clunky. Sometimes it was okay, but a lot of times like people just don't talk like that. Have you listened to anybody have a conversation before? Because that's not how people speak.
True. At least nobody grabbed my hand. I hear that in a lot of horror movies and action films, but nobody said that in this one, I don't think.
Yeah. So there were quite a few interesting things. So would you recommend anyone watch this movie?
I guess that depends. If you like dark-haired guys with their shirts off, maybe. If you just like to watch bad horror movies, yes. I can't say the quality is very high, as it's no, not really.
Well, I've seen worse. I'll say that. I mean, they're production.
I have too. I've seen worse. They did, like I said, it looked like a good a film school effort as far as the camera angles and the filming and
yeah. I mean, they obviously had some ADR and stuff, so their sound was pretty good.
Yeah, but I guess that's not a very complimentary thing to say about a movie, is that it looks like a good freshman project. Trying to be a little nice, but it was inoffensive. I guess I could say that. It was an inoffensive movie. I didn't just get up and think, no, please, no more. Mm-hmm. You did wanted to find out what happened. It didn't make any sense, but... Yeah.
I mean, I got to the end of it, and a lot of them I don't. I really appreciate on Netflix and Amazon Prime when you click on something and it says, resume, and you're like, oh, I tried this before and it was really bad, so no, back it out of this one. Not going to try the second time.
Oh, yeah, there's quite a bit that I've done that too, Alas, and especially some of the ghost hunter type things where it's just a lot of people stumbling around in the dark with night vision and they have the green lights in their eyes. That drives me crazy. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, it had a plot, it had stuff going on, it had actors. They weren't the best, but they tried. Mm-hmm. It was
all right, so I'm going to rate these things we do on a scale of, instead of like thumbs up or anything, on number of creepy doll heads. So like out of 5 creepy doll heads, how many would you give this movie?
Probably a 2.
Okay, 2.
There wasn't anything that would scare probably anybody above the age of 5 that was sober.
But for the 6-year-olds who are drunk, that it might be okay. Is that what you're saying?
No, I think you'd even have to have more than alcohol. You might have to have some mushrooms for that too. But then I Love Lucy is scary. So,
but don't feed your 5-year-olds mushrooms or
no
alcohol. Let's not do that.
No.
Okay. Well, all right. Until next time, then. We'll see ya.
Adieu. Bye-bye.